Chilling new details in the brutal sexual assault of a 13-year-old girl in New York City. Dramatic new video shows the moments a group of Good Samaritans helped nab that suspect. Authorities say the 25-year-old Ecuadorian migrant entered the U.S. illegally in 2021. He is expected to appear before a judge for the first time today. And this latest case adding to the growing number of violent attacks and murders from suspects with similar backgrounds. Just this past week, police arresting an undocumented migrant in the death of Rachel Morin. DNA ultimately leading to his capture nearly a year after the mother of 5 was murdered. And earlier this year, Jose Ibarra, who crossed the border unlawfully in 2022, was charged with killing Laken Riley on the University of Georgia campus. So correspondent Caitlyn Becker live for us outside the courthouse. Caitlyn, and you have more on this recent case out of New York City.
Yeah, Nichole, Christian Inga is expected to be arraigned sometime after lunchtime today around 2 p.m. on a slew of really brutal charges. I mean, I want you to just kind of take a look at this list. First-degree rape, robbery, kidnapping, sex abuse, menacing, unlawful imprisonment, acting in a manner injurious to a child, and criminal possession of a weapon. That is an enormous amount of charges. He has been assigned to a judge, and he also has a public defender who is going to work with him. Now, once that happens, of course, they'll set a court date in the future and likely remand him to custody, which is what he's been in since he was arrested. Now, Inga was arrested after a group of Good Samaritans really took justice kind of into their own hands. I mean, police knew exactly who they were looking for with this suspect. They sent out sketches and photos of him and asked the community for their help in identifying him. And NYPD said that tips started coming in immediately with his Facebook account, his first and last name, and a group of people got together, recognized him, and knew the bodega that he went to. They waited there, dragged him out, and held him until the NYPD could get on the scene. It was really an incredible amount of sort of vigilante justice there. He fought back, too, and was ultimately treated for minor injuries. But this was really done with the blessing and gratitude of the NYPD. I want you to take a look at what one of those Good Samaritans had to say after the incident.
Told everybody that's the rapist, and everybody just started hitting him.
We all just basically retaliated for the 13-year-old little girl because it's not right what he did to her.
Yeah, that was very disgusting, so we had to act accordingly.
Point blank him raping somebody that just shouldn't be doing that, you know? So then we found the guy and then we did what we had to do.
I mean, this Queens community absolutely came together to protect their own. 2 little girls were allegedly taken by this man in a park recently. They were allegedly, according to police, tied up with something like a shoelace. He had a machete or machete-type weapon, and one of those little girls, a 13-year-old, according to police and the DA, said that they were raped by this man, and he will be in court shortly, Nichole.
All right, so Caitlyn, what more can you tell us about him specifically?
Well, we do know quite a bit about him. According to authorities, he crossed over into the U.S. from Ecuador through Eagle Pass, Texas in 2021. Once he crossed over, he was arrested, fingerprinted, his DNA was taken, and that's going to be key to this case, actually. That'll come up a little later once all the crime scene evidence is processed. So they already have his information in the system. He was arrested. This is very typical when people come over the border, arrested, released, and awaiting his court date. He made his way up to New York. He crossed over with a 3-year-old child. This was several years ago, and according to the police, he does have a 6-year-old child currently, so that would kind of track there. Now, he doesn't have an arrest record or really criminal record, but he has had a few run-ins with the NYPD over the years. Just 3 times, they only ended in summonses. There was also a domestic violence accusation that didn't end in an arrest, but he was kind of known to police at that point, which, of course, as you said at the beginning of this whole segment, is following the string of crimes that we've been seeing. We have Rachel Morin, you had Laken Riley, and they're all following somewhat of a similar pattern, which speaks to the larger issue of the immigrant community and what it means when illegal immigrants come into this country and end up getting arrested. Nichole?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. As we know, though, more come in and are not arrested, but obviously things like this.
That is a really important point to put. This is not the norm. These are the exceptions to the rules.
Absolutely. All right. Caitlyn Becker live for us there in New York City. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.